Alright, so my final presentation is on Spiceworks inventory management and help desk. I'm really surprised that Spiceworks is fully on the internet, because if the internet goes down, you're kinda screwed. But because when I was first doing this, my VM was not connecting to the internet, and after I had it downloaded on here, the internet just stopped working. And I tried to use Spiceworks, and it would get on and sign me in, but I couldn't connect to any of the Spiceworks news or anything else, which is not useful, because if your internet goes down, then you lose a good portion of what's on Spiceworks. But the inventory management was pretty easy to set up. I did it inside the CIST room, and all you have to do is scan for network devices, and I'm not going to do it again because the last time I did it I found over 54 machines and kind of signed into them, and I only needed like 14 to be a good amount, and it scanned the 54 machines, and I really didn't want it to. But cool thing about this is that it will tell the IP address, the name of the computer, the operating system that's on it, and the computer that it is, which is very useful. That way you can tell what you're working on while being inside Spiceworks. That way you're not changing anything that you don't want to on a different computer, as well as it tells you what the computer's supposed to be. So I have the brother printer that's in the CIST room scanned and on here, and since the printers don't have operating system, nothing shows up for it, but it tells me what the IP address is, what series it is, and that it's a networked printer. And then as you can see, I have a lot of tickets because when I was trying to set up the ticket system I had a lot of trouble, but that's later on. But on top of the easy feature of scanning, you can it'll tell you what what type of software is on every computer and whether they're licensed or not, or what applications should maybe be taken off of. I didn't really want to mess with them too much because I didn't want to break the computers in the CST lab by doing one thing. But it'll basically just tell you everything that's on the computer without you having to get up and go directly to that computer and work on them. And then in the people thing that I clicked on, it tells you like who's on what computer, and then who the ITs are. I only have myself, and then you can separate them into different categories and then add new people. So say you get a new employee, you can just add them into a specific group and then just go in and then edit them. So I have Doug's in here because I was working with Doug on how to figure out how to get the ticket system to work, and it'll tell you what tickets they sent and everything else, and then what you sent them back. So Doug sent me this, and for some reason I don't see. Oh, this is what I sent back to him. There's quick messages that you can use, and this is one of them. And I found it funny turning it off and turning it back on again. But then you can go in and this was from my Yahoo that I used to connect the ticket system. But then you can connect cloud services like the box and everything. I didn't really connect any of those because, once again, I didn't want to break anything over the internet. But say like for the troubleshoot, say a computer. Well, I don't have any problems at the moment, but if you were to click on that, the troubleshoot would open. Say if one of your computers wasn't connecting, or something. Like when I first did the scan thing, I had to set up like see if I can't find it. I'll do Boomerang. For Boomerang, it's not going to show me, but what credentials I had to use to get in and sign in, because if you don't have the correct credentials in, it won't tell you what programs and what's on it, because it's not able to sign in and look at what's in it. And another problem with, if the internet were to go out, it wouldn't tell you what's on and what's wrong with them. So say a computer broke and you got a ticket from an employee and your internet goes down, you can't connect to that computer through Spiceworks. You have to go directly to that computer to figure out what is the problem. But usually you try and fix the network issue first. But say it was really important, they needed to get it done, like your boss, you needed to get that done real quickly, you'd have to go directly to that computer and fix it. But it'll tell you what's in each computer, and then the operating system, how much RAM's in it, what group the computer is assigned to. So you guys assigned it to the CIST, and then tells you the IP address, and then you can click on the network map thing, and it'll show you what computers are connected to what. So it's like built-in just network map that's just built in directly to it, instead of having to download a different program. It offers one for you, so it'll show you what computers, what the MAC address is, what the subnet is, and then the IP, and then this is the name of the VM that I'm using, and it shows what's on there, and then what this computer is connected to. And this one's showing specifically Boomerang, and you have tools to mess with. You have to download some. I don't really have any downloaded, but you can add different tools that you can download from their website, and then this is useful. So say a computer, one of your computers has a specific program on there that you had to purchase, you can do a quote, and Spiceworks itself will tell you the price of what the item is, who it came from, who the who's paying for it, and then the price of the item that you bought, and it'll store all those, and which is useful, so that way you don't have to keep a different spreadsheet. And then it has trackers of what programs or anything else that you purchase it'll have approved, and then the purchased and received at what time, and then you can get rid of it off this list or keep it on there. Usually you'd want it in a different spot, and probably stored somewhere in like 3 different places or something. But at the dashboard, it will show you the software that's in it, how many different types of operating systems all your computers have. Since all the CST computers in here have Windows Server 2012 R2, it only shows one type, but you can who manufactured them. See, this is the printer, and then most of them are Dell, and then the Microsoft one's the VM, and the antivirus. So none of them have any, and then the rest of them are using the computer's antivirus. And then it tells you what type of IP addresses that you're using, so that most of them are getting them from the DHCP server. Then it'll tell you which ones have static, and then tells you the computer's hardware, like what's in it, how old they are, and then this is probably the brother printer. That's not important. And then this is an easy way to see what's all connected to your computer, so you can separate them into different places. And you have the workstation, the servers, the UPSs, and then just all. And it'll separate the ones that they don't know. And then, like, if a user brings in their laptop or connects their phone to the internet, Spiceworks will automatically obtain what was just connected to the network and put it under here, or under here if it has never been connected before. And this will just shows what has been added lately. And then if you have any warranties on your computer, you can put what warranties are on here. But that's about all for that. But then the help desk, this was the hardest part. I had to look at the Spiceworks website themselves, and then look up on the internet. Like, I went to Yahoo and connected it through Yahoo. I don't have any tickets right now, but ones that I did have, I told you about earlier. It'll add them all in here. The check marks will say that that they've been completed, and it tells you how long they took and how much of a problem that they were. And the way this is routed through is it goes through from whatever email client that your user's using through Yahoo, and then it'll send an email to my PIT email, and then it's like a secondary, like you got a ticket in Spiceworks, but it tells you what the problem is in it, and it tells you who it's from, and when it was opened, when it was closed. Then you can assign to different people. Since I only have one IT, I could only assign it to myself. But I mean, it was a pain to try and get this to work. It took me like an hour to figure it out. That was about the hardest part. Everything else was just like the internet wouldn't work, so I had to restart on a new computer. But all in all, I figured it out. So thanks for listening.